Here's how to start selling digital products step by step, even if you've never sold anything online before. I made $100,000 in 4 months, and if I had to start over completely again from scratch, this is exactly what I would do. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did this and how you can do this without paid ads and without having a large following, assuming you are starting completely from zero. So if you're someone who is like, I want to sell digital products, but I just wish someone would show me how this actually works, this is going to be your new favorite video. Now, obviously, in order to sell digital products, you have to have a digital product. But I want you to get it out of your brain that you have to teach people how to make money, or you have to be in the health, wealth, or relationship niches. Whoever said that to you is completely lied to you, by the way. I have students who are selling recipes every single day, multiple times a day. Yes, recipes, okay? Because this method that I'm about to show you actually works. So don't feel like you have to have this extravagant college degree. I don't even have a high school diploma, and I make $400,000 a year. You don't need to have, you don't need to have a degree. You don't need a marketing background. This method right here that I'm about to show you works. So obviously, number one, you have to have that digital product. And this is not going to come from Etsy. Do not get on Etsy and find what's trending or find a bestseller or go to someone else's account and see what they're selling and try to make your own version of that. Do not do that. It's not going to work the same for you that it is for them. And I say that from a place of love because God has given you your own unique experiences, your own skills, your own talents that he wants you to use to serve others. And essentially, that's what your digital product is doing, is it is serving other people. You just have to be willing to show up and help them. Okay. So you're going to essentially, your most profitable digital product, one that's going to make you the most amount of money, might not work the same for your neighbor, just like your neighbor's digital product might not work the same for you, but your most profitable digital product is going to come from your story. You are a human, you are alive, you are here, you are breathing, you have a story. For example, I had a student one time, she felt like she was just a mom, and after going back and forth several times, she had several different profitable niches that she could pull from. One of them being she was from an Indian culture and she cooked all of her meals from scratch using Indian recipes from her background, and it gave her daughter all of the nutritional needs that she needed. So simple and so mundane. And then have the other student who sells recipes and another student who makes her own laundry detergent and does that. So simple and so mundane, and it might feel so boring to you. It is a foreign language to someone else. I thought everyone knew how to sell digital products, but they don't. But it's something that I've been doing for a long time, and I do it every day. It feels easy to me. So the things that feel easy to you are things that you can easily help someone else do. So you're going to take your story and you're going to pick one micro problem, and that micro problem is going to become your digital product idea. This is how you're going to make your money right here. Step number 2, if you already have an Instagram account, make sure that it is a public creator account. It has to be public so that people can find you, and it has to be creator, not business. It has to be creator so that you have access to all of the analytics and the audio that you're going to need in order to successfully grow your account and make sales. Just trust me on this. Business accounts do not work the same. And then obviously if your account is private, no one can see your stuff, and that's not good. Okay, so make sure your Instagram account is a public creator account. If you don't have an Instagram account, it's free. If you have an Instagram account and it's not a public creator account, you can start a new one. It's free, or you can just easily swap the one you already have now. Okay, so you don't need 10,000 followers. You technically don't even need 1,000 followers. Your reels and what you post on Instagram is what is going to reach non-followers, okay? This is why I post reels. This is why my students post reels, because reels help you grow because they reach non-followers. So even if you're starting from scratch, remember, we all start from scratch. All of us, we all started with 0 followers. Your reels right here are going to be your new best friend. So if you're starting from scratch. Don't worry about carousels right now. I want you to only focus on reels to reach those non-followers and get your account to grow. This is how I grew my account so fast, by the way, is I posted reels and I became better and better at it. You're going to stink in the beginning. We all do, but keep posting and keep putting those reps in and you will get better with practice. Okay. Step number 3 is obviously you have to have a way now to sell your digital product passively. You have to have a store essentially for it. Now, I use and prefer StanStore. It's free for the first 14 days, but they are the most affordable option that you can pick, that you can get right now. I have tried all of them. StanStore was created specifically for creators to sell digital products on social media. And that's exactly what I'm showing you how to do. So don't worry about Etsy. Don't worry about Gumroad or Shopify or any of those other platforms. StanStore does not take a percentage of your sales. After the first 14 days of your free trial, it's only $29 a month. And I'm showing you how to make $10,000 a month. $29 a month with no fees is extremely low overhead for the amount of money that you can make from digital products. Whereas if you use a platform like Etsy, they're going to take a percentage of your sales and also still advertise other stores on your listings. So you're losing customers that way and they're taking a percentage of your money. I don't know about you, but I like to keep every dollar that I make. I like to have as little cost as I possibly can because I want to make the most amount of money. And that's why I love StanStore, because they literally have everything that you need. It's your choice, your business. You pick whatever platform you want to use. But I'm telling you, as someone who's been doing this for 8 years and as my job to help you get the most amount of money in the quickest time possible, use StanStore. Now, this is where it gets really juicy. Once you have your StanStore account created, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to set up a product inside StanStore and you're going to select e-course. Okay, let me show you what this looks like. Okay, so this essentially are the product options that you have to list in StanStore. I know you don't have a product created yet. It's okay. I'm going to show you something better that's not only going to make sure that your digital product is profitable before you create it, I'm going to also show you how to start making sales now, even when you don't have anything. This is my favorite way to do this. It's going to help you make money faster. Okay, so you're not going to select digital product. You're going to select course. Even if you are not selling videos, even if you just want to make an ebook, select e-course. I'm going to show you why in just a second. Okay, so back to our steps. So number 4, you're going to use my green light strategy to pre-sell your digital product. Yes, you're going to sell it before you create it. Once you have your digital product outlined like this, where you're speaking to the problems and the solutions, and you have a very easy to follow step-by-step outline, doesn't have to have anything in between the outline, doesn't have to have any context, doesn't have to have any pictures or videos. Once you have that outline, you are ready to sell it. So essentially, instead of waiting weeks or even months to create a digital product and then crossing your fingers and hoping that it sells after you've spent all this time and energy into it, using my green light strategy is going to help you validate your digital product before you spend any time creating it, right? Because some people will tell you to go and do research and look on this website and type in keywords on that website. And then, so essentially you're spending 2 weeks researching something and then the time spent to create it and then hoping that it sells. But in reality, the truest and honestly most reliable way to know if your digital product is going to sell is when it actually makes sales. And so that's why I love pre-selling, because it saves me time, it saves me guesswork, it saves me headache, because people are buying my digital product and I'm collecting cash up front. That now I have these resources, right? I have cash resources that now I can use to buy dinner one Saturday. So now dinner's paid for with the money that I got from the pre-sales, and I can sit down and I can focus on creating my digital product. I know it sounds a little weird, but just trust me on this. Pre-sell your ideas before you create them. This is going to give you cash up front and get you paid faster. And now you can skip over all of the flopped launches, all of the why isn't my digital product selling, because you have the proof, you have the sales, and you can literally go gun-ho with this profitable foundation that you just built. So once you have everything set up in SandStore, you have your product outline, you're ready to sell it, then essentially it's time to post reels on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or TikTok or whatever platform you're using. Post those reels around the core problem that your digital product sells. So one thing to remember about reels is that reels get you reach, and that reach gets you traffic, and that traffic essentially is what's going to get you sales, right? Because your digital product is good, your sales page is good. Essentially, all you need is just eyeballs to your sales page for your digital product, and that's going to give you sales. Okay, so here are some examples of what your content could look like. So this one is kind of like a negative sarcastic. How to create a digital product no one will buy. 5 things I did not do to make 40,000 in 31 days with Instagram. And you can see my reel views don't get, like these did not go viral. These did not get hundreds of thousands of views, but they still converted because I have a very specific messaging and content framework that I follow because it actually works. Okay, and here's another one. Here's why her digital products sell out, why yours are barely making you $20. And you can see how simple my videos are. It's literally me just walking, me drinking coffee, me at the coffee shop. Like super simple. This doesn't have to be extravagant. You don't have to have like fancy equipment or fancy videos or, Pinterest type content. Just post you. That's what people... literally me stuffing my face. That's what people want to see, is they want to see people being people. It's going to build trust, and you have to have trust before the sale. So don't overthink your content. The words are what's going to be more important and going to actually convert more so than the actual content. Yes, it still is important to have a specific type of content, but I don't want you to overthink it, and I don't want you to overdo it. Just post about what you know, how you help, and the problem that you can solve. So essentially, it looks like this. You have one main digital product, just one, not 100, just one. You post reels, and those reels attract buyers, so not random followers. They're going to attract buyers, right? Even if you don't have any followers, reels get reach. So that buyer comes in from the reel, they see your digital product, they buy it, and then immediately after that digital product, you're going to have an upsell. I go over this a lot in my other videos, how powerful upsells are. Now, this is not, would you like pizza with your hamburger, right? Because if you go to McDonald's, they're not offering you that. They're not offering you, do you want a side of chicken nuggets with your hamburger? No, they're saying, do you want French fries? Do you want a McFlurry? Do you want a Coke with that? Because those are all upsells that essentially complement the main product. So someone could come in and they could buy your $47 product, and then the next thing you know, they buy your $97 upsell, and they buy your $124 upsell, and then they buy your $212 upsell, and it just goes on, so that by the end of it, they have now spent around $500. And this is just from one buyer. So you don't need hundreds of thousands of views. You just need reel to attract the buyer. You need to get the buyer to your sales page. They buy, and they buy again, and then again, and again. And now you went from one sale to stacking sales without a large following, without going viral, and by having just that one main digital product. This is very important. Let's say you had an ebook, and then you had a course, and then you had some templates, and your reel brings in your dream customer, and she goes back to your store, and she's seeing this offer, and she can see that offer, and she can see that offer. Now, she can't see these. These are behind a wall that they only get to after that first payment, okay? So if she's seeing all these offers, she's going to be confused. She's not going to know which one she's going to get. And confused buyers don't buy. They just trickle away. They typically don't ask questions either. And you lose that momentum, that emotional momentum that brought them in through your reel. So one product, traffic, the transformation from your digital product, right? The solution that you're solving, you're going to make sales. So don't be afraid of letting doing the wrong thing keep you from starting. This is really simple. This is proven. This is what I use every day. This is what I used to start from scratch and get to $100,000 in 4 months. You already have knowledge in something. You already have experience in something that you can use to serve others and help others and make a huge impact in the world with your digital product. Why would you not want to offer that? You can change the world one digital product sale at a time. You can help one person. And to me, that makes this entire business worth it. To know if I can make a difference in one person's life, it's worth it. Why would you not want that? So if you're ready to take what you have, knowledge, skills, passions, experiences that God has given you, and use that to truly bless someone else, I'm going to link for you an optional resource. It's called My Passive Social Sales, and it's going to be linked below this video. It literally walks you through every step of this process that we just went over and more in depth. And it's going to help you make sense of everything so much clearer and so much easier, so that you can not only, because information doesn't move the needle, implementation does. And that's what My Passive Social Sales helps you do, is to implement all of this information that you're getting so that you can actually finally start making sales every single day from the buyers that are already looking for the solution that you can solve and that you can offer. Okay, so I will link My Passive Social Sales for you below this video, and I hope that this was helpful.